hope you're doing really well. I thought what I'd do today is respond to the many requests that I've had for a video that documents how I recover from all the cycling and training that I do. So today I'm going to talk you through some of the techniques that I use, also show you some of the products that I use. Some of these things I do after every ride, other things I would only do after a particularly tough training session. So I'm going to show you all this stuff and I'm going to tell you how you can use it or fit it into your own routine if you're trying to, say, build up the amount of miles you're doing, raise your FTP, or just get back on the bike quicker and in the best possible shape that you can after a hard training session. So if I've done a tough training session, and by that I mean either a short session that was really intense with some really hard power targets or intervals, or if I've done a really long ride, I always have a protein shake when I get in if I'm not going to be able to eat a proper meal immediately. And because I have a daughter and lots of things to do, quite frequently I don't get to just come in and make myself a decent meal. So I have a recovery shake. The reason I do this is because, oh my god, I didn't put the lid on. Oh my god. The reason I do this is because after you've been for a ride or done a big workout, your muscles are primed to receive nutrients. So what you want to do is quickly give them some carbs and some protein so that you're not in a kind of depleted state for longer than necessary. I find that if I have a protein shake after a ride, it helps me to recover more quickly, but it also stops me going crazy just eating a load of rubbish because my body is desperate for nutrients. So I would recommend a protein shake after any of your tougher sessions. Right, so the second thing that I do is stretch. Now I've spent far too long feeling guilty about the fact that I don't do yoga because there seems to be this not immense pressure but kind of weird idea that you have to do yoga and that it will make you a better person, feel better emotionally and, you know, perform better on a bicycle. I refute that. I think if you're doing some stretching, you're doing good enough, so don't get all caught up in this idea you have to do yoga. There are four? I'll count them as I go along. There are a few key stretches that I do after cycling that really help me feel better, so I'm just going to show you those. These are not in any particular order. I would recommend that you try and do all of them. There aren't very many and it doesn't take very long, so I'll talk you through the few stretches, the most important stretches that I think will help you recover and get back on your bike. I'm just trying to work out how I'm going to self-film all this, like how I can get my body in the... So I always like to stretch my hamstrings. I feel that they get quite tight cycling. A really easy way to do this is to, if I stand up, you're not going to be able to see me. Stand up, put your leg on something and bend forwards. But what I like to do, because I like lying down, is to lie on my back, get something around my foot. So I've just got a band and then pull it up like that. The next stretch stretches your quads. Again, there are lots of different ways that you can perform this stretch. I like to kneel down and get my ankle behind me like this, and you just pull it up like that. I like to do it against a wall or against a sofa so you don't wobble around too much, but you can also do this one standing. The next stretch that I like to do, well actually these aren't in any order, is this one. So you lie on your back, cross one leg over the other leg, and then you lift it up and you clasp that knee. This gives a really nice stretch right down the side of your bum. Feels like it really relieves my lower back. The next stretch is called pigeon pose. This is a yoga one. I know I said I wasn't going to do yoga stuff, but okay, this is a yoga pose. What you do is you cross one leg over like that. So you've got your ankle across and your knee to the side, and then you just kind of sit down on it like that. I always like to stretch the hip flexors, which is here and here, and a really simple way of doing that is just with a lunge. You can do this on the floor like I'm doing it, or standing up. If you just spend about 20 seconds on each stretch, you're going to get through all of these 6 stretches in virtually no time, and it's really, really worth it. And the final stretch that I'm going to do is just a simple calf stretch. So I'm going to spin around and show you that. Okay, so the next thing that I have in my arsenal of tricks for recovering is a kind of massage thingy. I hate having to say massage device because automatically everyone's like, what do you use that for? But I'm going to get it and show you. So this, I was sent for a promo that I was doing. So many people make these and I'm sure they are all much of a muchness. There's not a great deal between them, but basically what this does is it means you can massage your muscles. I like to lie on the sofa watching TV in the evening and use this on my quads, or our daughter does it, which is really super nice, although she does go on the bony bits a bit, which isn't great. But anyway, I'll show you how it works. So that's how it works, and what it does for me is it helps my legs feel less stiff and sore. It just feels pleasant and it kind of takes the place of getting a real massage from a person. These things do seem to cost an absolute bomb. If I had to pay for it, would I pay for it? Probably not. I don't think it's worth it unless you're uber rich and money doesn't matter. For me, I think it's overpriced, but seeing as I have it, I will use it. One of the other things that I use after riding is this Medterra CBD cooling cream. I'll just show you. It's got menthol, tea tree oil, arnica, and various other botanical ingredients that are proven to soothe sore muscles and reduce inflammation. So this stuff is great. It's also got CBD in it, which is pretty much a wonder ingredient. I'm going to be doing a video in future about CBD and its use in cycling, so do let me know in the comments if you've got any questions about that. Where's my other thing? I am sponsored by Medterra and they have sent me this CBD oil to use. So I've been using this for a few months now. I do feel that it helps my recovery. It helps me to sleep a bit better and generally feel a bit more relaxed. I will leave a link in my description that will give you a discount if you want to try any of the Medterra stuff. So the last thing I wanted to talk to you about is foam rolling, but what always happens is I can't find any of my foam rollers because our daughter likes to use them as toys. So I've got these three from Black Roll. I've had these for years. They sent them to me when I was reviewing products for bikes and stuff. And I've kept using them for several years. How many years? 6 years at least, because they work really well. This little ball is exceptionally good at helping relieve tight spots in your body. So what you do is you place it underneath the bit where it hurts. I normally put it under here, and then you lie on it and you kind of roll around in it and it relieves the tight spot. I'll show you. You move around on it like that and it relieves the pressure. Continuing with foam rolling, I feel I've got to show you this thing. I am worried that this video is going to have a lot of lewd comments on it. It could be so innuendo filled. But anyway, this is actually for massaging your back. So if you have a tight or sore lower back, I can't recommend this enough. As I said earlier, I've been using this for absolutely years and it does really help. Essentially what you do is you lie on it and you have one side on each side of your spine like this, and then you can slowly move up and down and it really relieves the pressure. It feels amazing, I'm telling you. You have to have quite a strong core to use it, or you can just kind of lie on it. More like that. This one I use on all of the rest of my legs basically. So I foam roll my quads at the front, my hamstrings at the back, I do the sides. You know, it's up for debate whether foam rolling your IT band is a good idea or not. I do it because I think it feels nice and I think it helps me recover. So that's it from me. That's all the stuff that I do to recover from my cycling. I know it probably seems like a lot. I wasn't expecting this video to be this long actually, but I don't do all of these things all of the time. It depends on how my body's feeling. I guess the essential thing to do is to listen to your body and to give it what it needs. So make sure you eat properly, make sure you do some of these stretches at least some of the time, and make sure that you rest when you need a rest. One really amazing recovery technique that I haven't mentioned is sleep. It's really important that you get as much sleep as you can, something I find actually really quite difficult. But yeah, the more you can sleep, the better you're going to recover. Also make sure that you schedule in rest days. Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that. I am going to go and do some resting of my own. No, I'm not. I'm going to go and do some work. But anyway, hope you enjoyed the video and found it useful. Let me know if you've got any questions about the CBD and stuff. And yeah, any questions in general about recovery. Chat to you next week. Bye.